What is going on, guys? It has been a while since I've wanted to pick up the camera and film, but I feel like today is a good day. It was a nice day, it's kind of raining now, to change out my fuel pump and put this Kemso eBay fuel pump in. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the old one out and put that one in. eBay, you better hold up for me. All right, so let's get this out of the rain. Get the camera. And fuel filter. All right, so basically what I understand online is we'll just pull up this seat here, flip it forward. There's gonna be the carpet here, and then this second one. All right, so this is the cap for the fuel pump, and we're just gonna pull this off with the 3 Phillips head screws. Okay, so I've got my tools. So this double drive with the Phillips head bit in there, so we can undo this top cover. And then the guy that I watched the video on, he just used a big screwdriver and a mallet, and then you just have to undo a big ring, and you should be able to pull the assembly off after that. I'm gonna pull this top cover off real quick, and we'll see what it looks like underneath. Alright, so this cover is off. Dang, it's gross in there, and there's like nuts and weird stuff. Weird. Huh, okay. But here are the 2 fuel lines. So I believe, I can't remember if blue was return or whatever. But yeah, they go here and here. And then we've got the electrical connector. It's just got that little clip that Volkswagens use. So we'll pop that off. And then a whole bunch of spider web weirdness. And yeah, this was the plastic ring. So just use this screwdriver, put it up against here, and then hammer the end of it, and we'll work it free, and then pull the fuel pump assembly out. I'm gonna get a plastic bag and drape it out this way, and then just pull it out that way because it's sitting directly in the fuel tank and it's gonna drip all kinds of fuel. So gotta be kind of careful of that. And on a side note, I am gonna unplug the battery here just in case. Sweet, so I got the 2 fuel lines off. So blue is in the front, black is in the back, and they're pretty easy to pull off. The black one was the sending line, so it was pressurized. It had about 40 psi still on it, so I went ahead and just kind of eased it up and let the fuel leak in here, and then I caught it in that blue rag that's laying on the floor down there. And I do have this laid down so I don't get any excess fuel like in the car and make it smell real gross. But yeah, so those are off. I'm gonna get this plastic connector off, which should be fairly easy. Let's see if I can do it by hand. Yep, so with these plugs, you just pull back a considerable amount and then pull up, and it should go. So that is off now. The battery is also disconnected, so we're good on that. And I'm gonna go ahead and try and get this off. So we have here a young fuel pump, or this is the whole housing. Fuel pump is right in the middle here. And yeah, we'll just pull this guy out. So we're gonna have to undo the back so this top piece comes off. I believe, I hope. So we'll have to undo these 4 bolts on the back, and then this top should come off, and then I think I'll have access to do the fuel pump. Might be an 8, guys. It's not an 8. That looks like a self-tapper. Yeah. Okay. Alright guys, so I got the fuel pump out of the housing, and this is what the OEM fuel pump looks like. And let me bring it inside here. So we'll set that there. And then this is the Kemso eBay fuel pump that I got. So they're virtually like the same thing, and hopefully it works just fine. everything looks to be very similar. So I'm just gonna put this one in, and we'll leave the car idling when we test it out, and just to make sure it's actually making fuel pressure and everything is working properly. So yeah. So it's like pouring outside, but it's super sunny, which is super weird. I have my windows or doors open on that side because it's kind of coming at an angle, and oh look, and then it stops. Cool. All right, it's done raining. Anyway, the pump is now seated in the bottom of this little tank thing. Everything seems to be tight and ready to go. The only difference is the negative was hooked up on this side on this pump, and then this one is labeled as positive, and then negative on this side. So Brady came up with the idea to just unsolder these wires and flip them. So the black one was originally here, and that was the ground, and it's still going to be the ground here, but it'll just be with the yellow wire with the smaller terminal for the opposite side of the pump, this side here. That used to be positive on the OEM pump, if that makes sense. And then this one is going to be the power wire, and it's going to go to this side of the new pump, which is the hot side of the pump on the new pump, and then the negative on this. I'm confusing myself even saying that. It's a problem. It's a problem. Hey guys. So we have the new fuel pump setup. So it is a Kemso 340 liter per hour fuel pump. We just took this one out, replaced it with this one. We had to, like I said, do some soldering in here. We should be all set. We're gonna go drop this in. Hopefully I don't break down and die. So we done goofed real hard. So soldering those connections backwards was the dumbest thing we could do. We didn't explode. We tried the car. It won't start. It won't prime anything. And yeah, I don't know why it's labeled like that, but it is, and it's like totally incorrect. So on the stock fuel pump, it actually does have it marked the same way as the aftermarket one. So it's the plus on what seems to be the ground, and then the negative on what seems to be the positive connection. So we didn't have to reverse everything because this is actually the same way as that one came. So we're gonna take it apart and put it back together the right way, and it should just fire right back up. So we went ahead and put the pump back in the way it should be. And Brady's gonna watch the fuel pressure gauge right here, and he's gonna let me know when or if it spikes. And if it doesn't, then I'm gonna burn this car down to the ground. And F you guys for forcing me to make content. It's you guys' fault.
Oh yeah, it's totally going up. Oh, it went like a lot of ways. I had no words on how far it went. Just like,
ignore what we did earlier with switching these two wires. That was stupid. Yeah, so just gonna throw this cover back on and be on our way. I gotta go see if it likes it, and we also have to turn down the fuel pressure because it sits at like 59 psi now, and we're not trying to blow up or something. I don't know.
oh, that's such a cool screwdriver.
Dude,
I didn't know you had that.
it goes both ways, but I don't. Just gonna get everything done in 10 seconds. Woo! And my car smells like fuel. Okay guys, so we finished up with the fuel pump. So a quick run through of what we did. Removed the old fuel pump, which I'll show you guys. So the fuel pump is underneath, about right here. So we removed the OEM fuel pump and replaced it with the Kemso 340 liter per hour upgraded performance fuel pump. We did make a mistake halfway through and put the wires on backwards. We unsoldered them and then resoldered them on backwards because these things for some reason have a plus side on this side and then the minus side on this side. And then I tested the wires, and where the plus side is actually like a ground, so it is grounded to the chassis, and then the plus is hot with the battery. I did a continuity test and did that. So I don't know why these are labeled backwards, but that's just how they are. And yeah, so we wired it wrong, couldn't get it to prime. It was making noises. I think it was just like sucking fuel through it and pushing it out into the tank. So sucking through the line through this part and then just pushing the fuel out through the bottom and then these outlet holes here. And once we switched up the wiring, everything worked fine, and took it out for a drive and everything seems to be good. So we've got the 340 liter per hour fuel pump in. I think the only thing that is limiting this car now is the head. So I have a few plans for like a little built head that we're gonna do here in the garage. Instead of buying one of the ported and polished heads, we'll just do it here, keeping the spirit of the build, kind of like the DIY stuff. So I will see you guys in the next video.